Hello there. So, topic of the day. Is it natural for men to lead and women to submit in relationship? This is a topic that's kind of hot out there in Facebook land, and I thought I'd bring some sunlight to the conversation, at least here in my corner of the world, where hopefully you will join me and share your thoughts about this topic. So, leading and submitting. Okay. Uh, the leadership is a word I don't have a problem with, actually, because leadership to me means that someone, whether they are a man or a woman, is sharing, they're integrated and aligned inside themselves, and they're sharing from their heart the truth that divine love is placing into their awareness. And they are giving to others in a way that is sharing love in an uplifting way. That's what leadership means to me. And submission, I just don't connect with that word under any circumstances. So the pairing of the words leadership and submission, yeah, I get a twist in my gut actually when I hear the word submission, because there's only one submission that should be going on, and that is the submission of our the arrogance of our own ego to the divine. That is the only submission. So really, leadership and submission do not go together. They only go together in the ego's world, right? The ego's world, if I can use that term, I'm kind of leaning on A Course in Miracles language. In the ego's world, a submission pairs with dominance, and it's all about control. It's all about coming from a outside in. I need to make this situation happen. Now, do those dynamics come up in relationship? Yes, they absolutely do. But they can easily come up from woman to man as they do from man to woman. I think it might even be, in my experience, it might even be more often that the woman is coming from a place of control. That's just what I've seen. I'm not judging anybody here, but yeah, anytime you want your partner to do something and you're willing to apply pressure or manipulation to get them to do it, or you get angry or upset if they don't, that is a leadership or dominance submission dynamic. You're trying to get your partner to submit to your idea of the way things should be. So yeah, actually, so I guess what my work is with people is to help them step out of dominant submission dynamics in their communication. We could put it through that lens, because like I said, the only submission that should ever be occurring is that your perception, your awareness in your head submits to the awareness in your heart. Yeah. So really, the only leader is divine love. And when we follow divine love in the inside our own being, if we can, and if we can't feel divine love inside our own being, then we can listen to someone else who can feel divine love in their own being. And we can listen to the sounds of the harmonious truth that divine love is creating. The coherence of that signature in someone else's awareness floats over to us through their tones, through the way they put ideas together and words together, that actually helps us to feel the coherence, to feel the way that our own mind feels contemplating that energy and those ideas. Because the awareness of divine love, no matter how it's translated, whether it comes firsthand or whether we're experiencing it firsthand in the form of listening to the sounds that divine love creates in the tones of someone's voice when they're speaking from that awareness, or the the way that clarity is presented to us when someone is speaking from that awareness, because divine love brings clarity to the mind. And so when someone speaks from that awareness, that clarity also is available to others who listen. I'm not saying everyone, but if you are in a position where you're listening to someone who's speaking from that place, it's because, and it's touching you, it's because your relationship with divine love inside yourself has put you in that situation to give you a gift. So the real relationship is self to divine love. And when we have that relationship in place in proper order, then things flow with our partner. And concepts like leadership and submission and dominance really become useless to um, to use as a lens to try to understand the relationship. I think that those lenses to try to understand relationship dynamics come when the original relationship with divine love inside ourselves is not really understood, and it's not understood how that provides the foundation for a natural flow of love, and unique self-expression in each moment that is harmonious and yet super dynamic. Um, yeah, so what I actually experience on the ground in my own life from living this way in my relationships, and I have one intimate partnership, but I have other close relationships where I also feel the dynamism of being in a relationship with divine love as how I show up in that relationship or that close friendship or that colleague relationship, where it's an adventure of listening inside as first priority, listening to my partner or listening to the other person, listening to what they're expressing, because they may be expressing a way that they feel confused or blocked in their blocked from expressing love, blocked from experiencing love, a challenge they're going through. They may be expressing that in what they're saying, or they may be expressing an inspiration. They may be expressing how connected they feel. And so listening to the sounds and uh, feeling what's my relationship with the divine in this moment and with this person at the same time, because divine love is the mind that unites us all. And so um, being able to feel ourselves that deep, being able to feel myself that deep and feel the other person at the same time creates a miraculous dance where I can actually experience that what is at the core of my being is bigger than just me. This is a huge thing, actually, because when we just sit on a meditation cushion by ourselves, or we don't really understand how to connect with divine love in a way that connects us to others, we're not feeling that deep to feel that dance of oneness. When we're not, we feel alone, and we are alone in a sense. I mean, not in the truth. In the truth, there's always that resource of divine love there, and even giving us gifts when we're not aware of it. But um, but that place that we go to where we don't feel ourselves inside, and we don't, that deep, deep, deep inside, we just feel the emotional level, but we don't go deeper to that. I'm going to call it spiritual level. And what I mean is the place where we connect with our ability to feel energy and to specifically feel the energy of divine love. When we don't connect to that one mind that unites all of us, we feel alone because we're in our own little box of like what we think and how we're emotionally reacting to how we think. And so this is part of the magic of how I work with couples is by developing that ability, that awareness to connect with divine love in the center of our being, then feeling the flow of the one mind that unites us all. That's how, by going in with that depth of sensitivity that I help people cultivate, that's how partners find themselves in harmony with each other, because they shift from dancing their personal dance with their own thoughts and feelings to dancing the dance that's being inspired by the one mind that unites all. And that can take relationship to amazingly beautiful places that you just can't go without it. So, those are my thoughts opened up by the question of leadership and submission. um, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about anything I talked about? Because um, I think I think we went beautiful places in that discussion. What do you think? All right, let me know in the comments. And